It's Wednesday, April 30th, and here's some of the news beyond the headlines. It's no run-of-the-mill ballot. Iraq is holding its first national elections since U.S. forces withdrew in 2011. Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki is looking to cling to power in his run for a third consecutive term. No party is expected to win the majority, even though Maliki's Islamic Call Party has been considered the front-runner. The government's most formidable challengers come from rival Shia factions. They've accused Maliki of stoking sectarian tensions and allowing corruption and nepotism to become the norm. Security was ramped up ahead of the vote, but it didn't stop bombings and other attacks, which have killed dozens over the last several days. The violence has many worried that candidates, voters, and electoral staff alike could also be targeted. Separatists have taken over a few more government buildings in eastern Ukraine. Hundreds of pro-Russia activists were seen breaking their way into the provincial government headquarters in Luhansk, with no response from local police. Witnesses say men burned Ukrainian flags while others raised Russian ones over the building. Up next were the prosecutor's office and police headquarters, where men reportedly fired automatic rifles to gain access before they demanded police surrender their weapons. The advances mark significant gains for the pro-Kremlin activists and highlight the government's diminishing ability to isolate them. Security forces in tribal regions of Pakistan are destroying farmland used to cultivate poppy crops. It's part of an anti-poppy campaign in a region near the country's lawless border with Afghanistan. The men are combing over hundreds of acres, plucking plants bearing pink and white flowers. Officials say, despite a number of military operations, successfully clearing the crops has been impossible over the last few years because of Taliban presence in the region. It's also proving difficult to persuade farmers to grow anything else on the land because of how lucrative the poppy yield is. Heroin's popularity in Pakistan can be measured in numbers, where there's estimated to be 500,000 addicts. And while users there typically smoke the drug, authorities are worried more are turning to injecting it, increasing the risk of diseases like HIV and hepatitis.
Today we're taking another...
The White House is asking America's colleges to do more about sexual assault. A report was released this week by the special task force formed by President Obama in reaction to the alarming sex assault allegations at some of the country's most prestigious universities. Some of the recommendations urge universities to adopt better anti-assault policies and keep reports of alleged assaults confidential. The government is also launching a website it hopes will be a tool of support for campus sex assault victims. Notalone.gov will also gauge student opinion on related issues across schools nationwide. A PSA called One is Too Many, released alongside the report, and features male celebrities as well as Vice President Joe Biden and the president himself.
It's up to all of us to put an end to sexual assault, and that starts with you.
Check out the VICE News YouTube channel for more original reporting and documentaries from around the world.
The first time I started disliking my mom is the first time she put me in the hospital.
It's getting her engaged in some positive activities so she'll stay away from the negative activities.
I don't plan to run away, it just happens. I'll be with a male or a female. They'll just be like, just sleep over, and I'll be okay. That's it.
Crystal, this is your mom. If you get this message, at least text me and let me know you're okay. Bye.
My name is Agustin Bartolo, and I'm 12 years old. I was born with hemophilia and syndrome Macon. The new name for me they made up, which I don't care, is Two-Face.